I messed up, and on a completely unrelated note, today's video is sponsored by Stumble Guys. I'm going to let you guys peek behind the curtain a little bit, and sometimes as a YouTuber, you get sponsored by brands and stuff like that. And when they sponsor you to make a video, usually they want you to make the video and not accidentally delete all the footage. As you've seen, I've done a few Stumble Guys videos, and the partnership was for 3 videos. And on the third one, I was going to host a giant tournament. One where they put $20,000 on the line for all my friends to compete for. So imagine putting that much money on a tournament, and then the idiot that you hired to run it ruins it. Imagine that. So we're just gonna make this work, okay? Because it is midnight before this video is supposed to come out, and I am what most people in the industry call fucked. But before I get to the point of telling you how I'm gonna save this giant mess, let's talk about what Stumble Guys has to offer right now. They just finished this Spongebob collab with all these cool skins, but now they're doing holiday themes because it's December. Oh, and the game's free. They even have new Spongebob themed minigames from last month. And of course, tons of holiday themed minigames now. And for some reason, they remade Only Up in Stumble Guys, and it's hard as hell. Like, I spent an hour trying to do it with friends and could not. And I know it's hard to believe any word any YouTuber says in a sponsored video, but here is my playtime in Stumble Guys. I like the game, and I haven't even really talked about the tournament yet, so let's just skip to that. There are 10 rounds of 3 different minigames, and depending on how well you do in each of them, you get points, and there's a whole point system, but I'm not gonna bore you with that, because it's a lot, and I've been through enough. But my saving grace for this entire video is that it is a team-based event, and my teammate Jome did not delete all of his footage. So we're gonna be watching that today, and Jome, thank you. Thank you. Just thank you. So I had 31 other people join this tournament. Some were my friends, some were other content creators who are also my friends. But the first minigame of this tournament was Spongebob Theme. And this one is long as hell. I nearly did not qualify because I got tripped up on all of these oysters. But after taking enough of beating, like, you just have to get better than half the lobby. And trust me, there were some awful people in this lobby. Hey, it's 3 a.m. and now I'm editing. That made it sound like these are bad people. I actually think they're pretty good. They're just bad at video games. Anyways, let's talk about this one. Like, Mr. Beast Dangerous Traps. Yeah, there's a giant Mr. Beast collab. There's skins and everything. It just, like, mimics some of his videos. You might recognize them. Luckily, Jome and I both qualified for this one, and there you can see me for the first time in this video. But now it's time for the finale, which is obviously worth the most points. There are 8 people here, and the last one who doesn't... Oh, wait. The last one... I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. The last one alive wins the points, the game. And it'd be a great story for me to tell you that we won, but we did not. Sandy ass cheeks, rad stats. Oh, and now that I'm watching this footage back, Jome through. Actually, we could have won this one. This video is scuffed, but I'm just gonna lean into it. I know it is. I know it is. It's scuffed, and that's just bullshit. So this is the first time I've ever used this microphone, and can you see that? Can you? I dropped it and it's dented. What am I doing? And if you've heard me complain about content creators in the past, it is impossible to get 32 creators in the same room. So after every game, I had to wait in this lobby to watch this goddamn number go. Okay, whatever. Round 2. Yeah, when the Barbie movie came out, they had a Barbie's Dream House thing, which was just like, hey, fucker, go grab this thing. And then you grab it and then you give it to Barbie. There's only 4 locations in where these items can spawn. So my strat is usually just pick one, maybe it's spawns there, and if you're right, you definitely move on. This isn't a super hard minigame, but it's designed to just weed out half the lobby. So this is Jungle Roll. I'm pretty good at it, Jome's pretty good at it. This was an easy final round for us. So now round 3 of round 2. God, this could, oh my God, this is confusing. The other side, this is like Frogger, but if you just focus on the don't get hit part. It's like, imagine Frogger, but you have to stay in the street. Why was it so hard for me to just say, you just dodged the cars? It's pretty simple, really. Hey, now it's 5 a.m. and this one's for the film kids, But can you believe after all this, I wore a non-broadcast safe shirt? Like, do you see this shit? I'm mad at myself. I think this minigame conceptually is very cool, but you have 5 lives, so you can get hit a lot, and sometimes they just want you to get hit, so they just throw the most obscene obstacles in your path back to back to back. But in reality, that's just me making up excuses because we lost again. And this one goes to Virus, who becomes a problem. God, for lunch, I had a teriyaki rice bowl, and I just knocked it all over. Today is just a hard day, okay? So now that Joam and I had a bit more fire in our hearts, we had a little pep talk. We were like, we know exactly what we're gonna do. Joam finds Virus at the start of the blaster minigame and just dies. He just dies. And guess what? I die too. So this is our own tournament, and we are doing awful. So bad that I deleted the footage. Blah, blah, blah. They play the ice minigame. They play the Hot Wheels collab because they have a Hot Wheels collab. And then Big Guy Big Cup wins. Again, you don't need to know what the point system means. All you need to know is that we're losing. In fact, we're doing pretty damn poorly. But why would I be telling you the story if we didn't win? Or because I had a sponsor deadline imminently approaching. This one is Mr. Beast's Warehouse. Another Mr. Beast map. This has a good amount of obstacles you have to jump over. Sometimes it's really hard. If I remember correctly, Joam gets hard stuck on this little roller. Oh, honey. Oh, God. He told me he was having trouble, but now I'm actually watching. Oh, my God. Oh, buddy. Oh, no. I don't want to say luckily he lost, but now we get to look at me for once. This minigame is Lava Land. One of my favorites. It's just a survival game. Normally you can punch each other off with emotes and stuff, but those emotes are like broken and not everyone had them, so we just banned them because it would have been a little unfair. I'm just saying, peace is way harder than mass murder. I don't think I meant to rock the Barbie skin going into this. I think I was contractually obligated to wear the Spongebob skin, but my dumbass forgot. And as we've talked about it, I am bad at my job. All of us were crammed on one platform and somehow I did not die first. But then we ended on Lost Temple, and this is like one of my best minigames. I got on this really good cycle from the start because when you see the spikes, you can jump right on them, skip those, play a little bit of Donkey Kong over these, and by the time you get here, no one's even close to you. I don't think this minigame is that hard. I just think everyone else is bad, which, trust me, is the start of a beautiful underdog story. So after waiting another 5 minutes to cram 32 creators together, it's time for Monopoly Rush. And even though it was close, Joe made it in, I made it in, we move on to round 2, Super Water Park. This is a map that feels like there should be a lot of shortcuts, but there really aren't. This whole match stayed pretty competitive. I'd love to show you what my screen looked like, but I can't. Out of the 8 people who made it out, Joan was like the 9th or 10th, so he just barely missed the cutoff. So now it was time for over-under. Also, I was originally going to call this video like how I accidentally entered a Stumble Guys tournament, how I don't know. But now I think it's kind of funny if I just talk about how I ruined a sponsored video. But my boy Koro drew this thumbnail, and I'd feel really bad if it went to waste because now it doesn't match what the new video is. So if you see this thumbnail in the future with the guys replaced with like Pokemon or something in the back, just be cool. This is normally a minigame that I win every single time because I have this exact path with emotes and everything. But then I realized I got a bad spawn. Okay, I got a bad spawn. So I got off the rhythm, off the cycle, and after that, it was curtains. This one was embarrassing. This could have been the difference for me. This could have been huge. But I lost. And then Fur won, who is the teammate of Virus. Next up was Abducted Avenue. It would be entirely believable and understandable if you saw my footage and then learned I deleted it all. Right here where you see Joan, yeah, I never even made it this far. It was like a toddler trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. It was like, I'm trying really hard to come up with similes, but I'm tired. Point is, I lost. People are paying money for this video. And I'm just so sorry. As if losing that last game embarrassingly poorly wasn't enough, this is a very easy game for me. And it's a real shame I didn't get the chance to play it. I was really rooting for Joam here because we play this game a lot together and Rush Hour is a pretty common finale. It's really just about platforming, especially when you can't beat the shit out of each other. So here we have Joam in top 4. I mean top 3. And then I don't know. Maybe the nerves get to you in these kinds of tournaments. I get it, but Bobby Wasabi won, and that is like awful for us. We hate that. Because if I'm going to host a $20,000 tournament, I want to win it, because then it's like free money, you know? We started the next round on Burrito Bonanza, and I like killed it. You can kind of see me at the start leading the pack, and I wish I could show you that clutch gameplay, but you guys already know the punchline of this joke. We both made it through and then got to play Skyrocket Royale. All you got to do here is just collect the coins. I hoarded the central coins, and it worked. I stayed in first place for the entire round. But out of 16 people, Jome was struggling. And if you're watching, Jome, I'm sorry. I don't mean to put this gameplay on display for everyone, but hold up, he clutches it out. With like 10 seconds to spare, I don't know how, but Jome collects enough to go from last to 8th place, which qualifies. Shark Meter Triangle is kind of like that first minigame where you just jump from platform to platform and try not to die. Tragically enough, I got hit by another player's collision. I died early, and since these platforms don't really go down and we couldn't hit each other, this game turned into a bit of a snooze fest. It's not how it's supposed to be played. We are ruining it, and everyone just had to sit and watch. And Fur won another game. So between him and Fyrus, they've won 3 rounds so far, and we've won 1. And if you've watched all my other stories in the past, you're probably saying, well, why is he telling us this story? It's because he wins, right? Because all of these stories end in a victory. Well, here's the funny thing. I'm contractually obligated to tell you this story regardless if I win or lose. So Canon Climb. I took some sick skips here that were entirely off screen. Wait, I'm booting up. This is what I do here, and I think it's pretty sick. Anyways, back to Jome. But oh my god, look at that crowd of people. He makes it here, right? He makes it. Bombardment is one of my favorite games to stumble, guys, but it's the emotes that make it. So here, it's really an RNG fest of do you get blown up or not? Did you pray to the right god? Guess what, bitches? I did. This game is as self-explanatory as you'd expect. Don't touch the lasers. Lasers are bad. And even though 8 people entered, I played out of my goddamn skull here. Oh, I'm watching the footage, man. I was playing hot. And why did I do that? Oh my god. Okay, it hurts. It hurts because it's my fault. And then Bobby Wasabi wins again. So we're not even in second place anymore. We are just falling behind. Then the next round started with UFOMG, a minigame that I didn't even know existed, none of us played, and everyone had to react to it on the spot. And god, was it a jump scare. The whole floor just collapses, and let's see who plays around that, huh? Bot Bash was our second round, and even though Jome found an unfortunate early demise, I played this shit like my life depended on it, and went even further beyond. We needed a win, and Block Dash was a way to do it. It is super unlucky that top 3 were me, Fyrus, and Fur, the team we're trying to beat, and I messed up, and I lost, and now we are doing awfully. Again, I'm not going to get into the whole complicated points thing, but since Jome and I kept making it pretty far every single round, we were still in second place despite only winning once. So now if you think about it, getting even just 1 more win would be great for us. We stormed through Pivot Push, we made it to Stumble Cove, and one of us made it out. Which even though that was sad for Jome, I was popping off. Because next up is Super Slide, which is easily the sickest minigame of Stumble Guys and my personal favorite. The reason this is sick is because it feels like an actual platformer, speedrun, whatever. You line your jumps up, you ride the edges. Oh, look at those, look at those skips. Oh, no one's even catching up with me. Oh, we do it again. So now we hop on here. We skip a major portion of the ride by going this way. I do mess up here. I will say I do mess up. There is an angle you can go on the right side and just dodge all those obstacles, but I went the riskier path and pulled through. So that was our second win. Anyways, if you're counting, that was the 10th round, and we're still in second place. But the last round, the secret bonus 11th round, had only 1 minigame, and if we won it, it magically gave us enough points to skyrocket to first, and that was Block Dash Endless. Me, Jome, Fyrus, and Fur all competing for those points, because if they got those points, they blocked us from winning, but if anyone else won, they don't win because they were too far behind. It was really just our 2 teams competing against each other. And sure enough, with our backs against the wall, I have not written enough narrative tension in this video. I haven't written shit, actually. Anyways, Jome dies, and then I die, and then Fur and Fyrus die, and it's just Mr. Fortnite wins. I don't even know who this guy is. So here we are. Fur and Fyrus won because we didn't get enough points. We ended up in second place. And I guess that's the story of how I ruined a sponsored video. I just felt bad because, you know, this was a 20K tournament. I'm being paid for this video. You know, sometimes life comes at you fast. Yeah, I would have loved to have won, but also I would have loved to have had my footage, and I would have loved to make a good video, but here we are. You know, that's just how it be. I mean this. I seriously mean this. If this video comes out, it's gonna be a goddamn miracle.